be lovely to do a little garden diary series where I share with you what I notice to be in flower at different times of the year. Now, I'm based currently in the northwest of England, which is quite mild. It's obviously nowhere near as mild as down south in London, but we're also nowhere near as extreme as up at the top of North Scotland. We're somewhere in between. I think in the American zoning system we're somewhere between zone 8 and zone 9, but truthfully I don't really use the zoning systems. I just go with looking around at what's in flower in my area, and I'm going to share it with you. So I set myself a challenge in the middle of November for an entire year to make a seasonal floral creation every single day using homegrown ingredients and ingredients foraged with permission to prove that it's totally possible to enjoy something seasonal every single day. And I thought it'd be wonderful to share with you the plants I've been using and that I've seen flowering. So if you had a gap in your garden at this time of year, or were looking for something that would either make a wonderful cut flower or a wonderful garden plant, this should hopefully provide a little bit of inspiration for that. And of course, if there's anything that I've missed off, because of course there are loads and loads and loads of plants, this is just a little snippet of things I've noticed. If there's anything you think that really should be added on this list, please do add it in the comments, because it's wonderful, wonderful to know what other people notice that are in flower in their areas. So I'm going to start by showing what I saw in flower for the second half of November. Now, obviously we cannot pin Mother Nature down to an exact date, but it is nice to know from one year to the next what we notice in flower. Now, I'm going to split this video in two halves. I'm going to show what I noticed to be in flower between the 14th of November to the 21st of November, and then I'm going to show what I noticed to be in flower from the 21st of November to the end of November. And the reason I'm breaking it up is because on the 21st of November we got a massive, massive, massive frost. Everything went soggy, so it's kind of like what lasted before the massive frost and what was in flower after the massive frost. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to kick things off by sharing what I noticed was in flower in our allotment from the 14th of November to the 21st of November, and here it is. There's marigolds or tagetes, whatever you prefer to call it. The nasturtiums are still growing strong and are of course edible. Chrysanthemums, these tiny beautiful multi-headed ones, and then these gorgeous double fluffy headed varieties which I absolutely adore. Of course, veg is in right now, and this purple kale is fantastic. A few half-hardies like the Thunbergia, as well as this direct sown wildflower mix, and the cosmos has really been growing strong. Feverfew looks absolutely fantastic. The borage has been doing brilliantly and the bees have gone bonkers for it. Again, with the veg, we've got this chard with those glorious stems. There's also herbs like this beautiful purple sage. A few of the late sown sunflowers are still hanging on, as well as that classic late annual rudbeckia. I had to show you more of those chard stems. Poppy heads for late sown poppies, wonderful gnarly Brussels sprouts, rosemary, some more rudbeckias which come in various shades. This rudbeckia is Rudbeckia Sahara, which looks peach in the catalogues, but I find it quite lime green. And this is Rudbeckia Marmalade, which is super cheery. Then the cornflowers, the late sown ones, are still holding on, although they are coming to an end. Same with these lovely dainty poppies, which are absolutely beautiful. And the Nicotianas have been flowering for ages. This one's Nicotiana Lime Green. Then there's the wonderful teasel seed heads, which provide food for the bees and look so statuesque. And calendulas. Every single shade of calendula is still growing strong, and I've gone for the cheery orange to share with you. And lastly, the fantastic perennial verbena. So that's what I noticed was in flower in my area between the 14th of November to the 21st of November. And like I say, this year on the 21st of November, we got a massive frost. So most of those half-hardies, in fact, all of those half-hardies that were clinging onto their colour completely died. Everything went soggy, ice wet. So the next things I'm about to show you are still in the second half of November, but these are the things that survived the frost. Now, of course, there will be many, many other plants that I'm sure you will share with us and other people will notice in their gardens and their areas that are in flower at this time of year. This is just a snippet of what I've noticed at this time of year. So I hope you enjoy it. And this is what I noticed from the 21st of November to the end of November after the big frosts here. There's Lemonium seed heads. We've got glorious copper beech. Calocarpa berries, which are normally electric purple but here are white. Hesperanthus, which come in many, many shades, the very underrated heather, Phloema seed heads, vinca, stinking iris berries, choisia. We've got ivy in various forms, viburnum just coming out, some roses still clinging on to their colour, electric hebe, eucalyptus, the wonderful silvery foliage of brachyglottis, amazingly carnations in flower, honesty seed pods, skimmia. We've also got perovskia seed pods, lichness seed pods, cotoneaster or cotoneaster, however you prefer to pronounce it, abelia. We've got elaeagnus. We've got, again, some more roses clinging onto their colour, and fatsia. So there you have it, the first of the Garden Diary series, sharing what I noticed in my area was in flower between the second half of November, from the 14th all the way to the end of November. And like I say, we of course can't pin Mother Nature down to an exact date, but there is a bit of a rhythm to things. You would expect to have tulips in spring, you would expect to have your summer flowering perennials in summer, you would expect your copper beech to go coppery at the end of the year. There is a rhythm to things, and hopefully by showing you what I noticed was in flower before frost and after frost, that will also be helpful to you. But I'm really looking forward to hearing if there was anything you noticed that you thought was absolutely wonderful for that second half of November. I hope this is helpful, and I look forward to sharing what I noticed in flower for the first half of December with you. Wishing you all the best, and TTFN, ta for now.